Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nick Flow Show. I'm your host, Nick Flow, and today we're going to be discussing some huge PvP changes happening to Neverwinter, starting today with the drop of Mod 12, the Tomb of Annihilation. So have fun with that, enjoy PC players, but without further ado, let's talk about all the PvP changes, and it's starting right now. And welcome back, everyone. This part of Neverwinter News is brought to you in part by Neverwinter Unblogged, the blogging division of NWOUN. Amazing website that I use all the time. Make sure you guys check it out. I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. But without further ado, let's get right into the meat and the bones of what this is all about. Huge changes, as you may or may not know. And if you don't know, Tomb of Annihilation is today on PC, which means PlayStation and Xbox should be getting it within the next 4 to 6 weeks. So definitely a bunch of exciting things happening, and look at what's happening to PvP. The module will launch with a huge quality of life enhancement for all tiers of PvP, they write. A new PvP queue will allow to create PvP matches between pre-arranged teams. Now both the Domination and the Gauntlet Grim maps are supported, and you can queue with 5 to 10 players. Guys, the amount of custom matches and private matches, the different matches we're going to be able to partake in with our friends, with our enemies. Hey, if somebody's talking junk and they want to fight you and they've been talking junk, guess what? Let's private queue it, baby. Let's keep reading. Now, this suddenly opens up so many possibilities as it's almost overwhelming, which I can't agree with enough. Okay, I mean, the endless possibilities. So not only do interested folks have a true 1 versus 1 arena now, we don't have a duel, kind of like other MMOs have, but to have the ability to 1v1 somebody now is absolutely amazing. And then obviously, you know, a bunch of different custom modes, whether it's 3-on-3 domination, elimination mode, or winning a match based on kills. Like, could you imagine an elimination mode? If you die, you don't spawn, you don't come back. So it'll be 5-on-5 or 3-on-3 or however you want to do it. There's going to be so many ways to change this up, to make it fresh. There's going to be a lot of new things. I'm sure Mini-Me, if you watch Mini-Me, you know he's going to love it. So he's huge on PvP. Now, long term, this definitely opens up league play, as they write here, and it'd be a blast if the game allowed to define custom rules for matches. So we'll see exactly how in depth it is and what they do to it. Alright, and the next thing we're going to discuss is armor penetration. Obviously, armor penetration is a huge stat for PvP, but it used to be where the PvP only stat of armor penetration resistance was removed from tenacity, but obviously there was a mild outrage and they changed it, but they changed it once again, so they reverted it, and now it's 50% effectiveness for armor penetration in PvP. It's gonna hit Great Weapon Fighter probably the most, as they relied on armor penetration for a lot of their damage. There was also a bug that you know, let Great Weapon Fighters get even more damage from the penetration, so obviously that's being fixed, so they're gonna be getting hit more and doing less damage. Now, as you see here, next up is piercing damage. Everyone's been asking for changes to TR and PvE, PvP, and piercing damage is going to affect both TRs and HRs heavily. As far as making them less viable, as far as piercing damage, it'll be a little less viable in PvP, but therefore making it more viable in PvE content, which is something a lot of people have been clamoring for. Now, not everybody does PvP, so this will be a huge welcome change to everybody that loves their TRs and are looking for any kind of buffs, especially when it comes to PvE content. Let's go ahead and go down here. And then of course we have the plan changes. They're doing the class balance. Obviously they're going to be reworking some different classes. You have your tenacity rework They're going to be changing tenacity to where they're going to take tenacity off gear. Taking tenacity off gear obviously is going to help a lot of people. You know, that have to pretty much hunt for 2 sets of gear. You know, you have to hunt for your PvE set, and then you have to get your tenacity set. But it looks like with what they're saying here is that tenacity is going to be more of a passive thing instead of a thing you acquire, which means you'll be able to go in there with your gear as you have it for PvE, which I think will be a good thing. I think it'll get a lot more people into PvP. It'll make it more competitive. It'll put more people on a somewhat more even playing field. But another big one, permanent solo queue. Obviously, everyone's clamoring for permanent solo queue. I want it. You want it. If you don't want it, you should want it. It'll make things more balanced, a little bit more fair. Just because as a newer player trying to get your glory so you can get your PvP gear at the moment, it's really hard when you're getting destroyed 90-95% of the time. So a permanent solo queue is going to make things awesome. And then they're going to be, you know, when you match that with the private queue, it's just gonna make the more tryhards be in their more competitive matches, and then the more casual players will have a more fun time in solo queue and some of the other things being brought forward. So let's get into the diminishing crowd control returns. So as of right now, if you keep using crowd control effects, let's say the first crowd control move you do has a 75% effect. The next one you use has a 50% and then a 25%, etc. And it looks like they're gonna be looking into this a little bit more, and it could potentially really hurt a lot of control viability in PvP, which in my eyes is kind of silly, just because, you know, things obviously like the control wizard and the trapper side of the hunter ranger, those are, I think you should keep those things. Those things should be a thing big time. I mean, if you're gonna take that out, you know, it's definitely gonna change things big time. So that's something I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes on. It seems like it's gonna affect my bull charge for Guardian Fighter, so that's something I'm definitely interested in. But let's see, and it looks like to wrap it up, as you see, there's some other stuff here, and looks like the PvP rewards are going to be changed a little bit. The group stag boon, there's a lot of things that are currently not working, especially the leaderboard. Obviously, you know, especially the people who put in a lot of time on PvP, they want a tried and true leaderboard. So let's go ahead and get that up there. But that's pretty much it, you know. Once again, Neverwinter Unblogged, these guys are absolutely amazing. They talk about things a lot of people genuinely don't talk about. So like I said, definitely check them out. Check the website out. They have tons of information. And let me know what you're most excited about. Tomb of Annihilation is today for PC. It's coming soon to PS4 and Xbox. Obviously, I'll get that news out to you as soon as it's available. But other than that, huge PvP changes today. Moving forward, huge plans. And that's about it, guys. So appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think is your most, what you like the most from all these changes. Other than that, I'm Nick Flo of the Nick Flo Show, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.